It's barely 11 o'clock, and I am completely out of gas. So I ran a lot of errands this morning for my kids. I have an appointment with hematology this afternoon at 3, and I'm like, please, please, please. Hopefully, I'm going to make it energy wise because I am waiting on an iron transfusion. So I was like, okay, I didn't get a video in at all yesterday. I just couldn't do it. I was so tired yesterday that I just felt like I was going to cry. Just if you've ever been that tired. So today I just was like, you know what? This is kind of exactly what I've been talking about, just in terms of what happens when the person who holds it all together just runs completely out of gas. So, but also is not so sick to go into the hospital. So, welcome back. This video is going to be a little bit different. This is just me just trying to hold it together, trying to handle things, but also being very open and honest with my family as I'm making steps towards healing justice in my own life. So, um, my kids, it's summertime, and I love summertime, love having that extra time with the kids and doing things and having fun. That I don't have the energy that I used to have. I'm hoping that I'll get some of that back after this iron transfusion, but I just don't have the energy that I used to have. And my kids are teenage girls. They have lots of things they want to do, things that, they can go, which is great. And I'm happy for them. At the same point in time, mommy just can't. And so I had a doctor's appointment, had to go to the hair store, just doing lots of different things for them this morning. And they, my kids are making popsicles this summer. One of the things that they're using to help themselves make popsicles is they're using juice. But I put a little bit of juice in my smoothies in the morning, especially like if I'm having a flare, because I just can't, it's harder for me to digest and to eat things if it's not in a smoothie. So, especially in the morning. So I'm like, I went to go put all my stuff together because I'm like, okay, we got to get out the door. We got to get together. We got to do the thing. And I go to get the juice to put a little bit of juice in my smoothie. And there's literally only just a little bit left. I almost cried this morning. So sometimes I think we believe healing justice is part of dealing with the system and dealing with the man or whatever it is that we want to say, do. And I get that. And that all is part of it as well. But sometimes you have to do some healing justice in your own home. So, how some of that looked for me this morning was I'm making my smoothie just so I could take my supplements, have something for my stomach, so I could get out the door to this appointment and get these handful of things for my kids this morning. Wasn't trying to do something fantastic, trying to also rest because tomorrow I had to hit the ground running with work. And my youngest child, she's like, "Ooh, smoothies." She's like, "Can I have one?" And all that's running through my mind is literally we had 2 jugs of juice, which should have lasted a really long time, and they were gone in a weekend. So there literally is just this much left, just enough to add a little bit of sweetness to my smoothie. And I have just enough smoothie to be able to have some for the day and to be able to have some for the next day. And so I did something really hard. I told her, "I'm so sorry, dear. I literally only have enough smoothie for me to eat something with my supplements right now and to me to freeze. So I have something tomorrow morning before work." She said, "Oh," just kind of walked off. And that may sound dumb, simple. That may sound like, girl, you should have did this, you should have did that. And I get all the things. I get it. But I also get moments and times where we're used to showing up for our family and times where we feel like we disappoint them. I want to be able to provide the world for my kids. I want to be able to do everything that I can that helps enhance their lives. And at the same time, did not have the capacity to have a larger conversation about her responsibility and about how that much sugar is not healthy for you. It's not healthy for any of us, even though it's quote unquote natural sugar, still sugar. And so part of how I ended up doing that and navigating that was just being able to say something short to her that was truthful, it was clear, it was concise, it was to the point. And so my husband had a little bit of, he's working from home today. He had a little bit of a conversation with both of them about, y'all went through all that juice by yourselves. That was a conversation I didn't have capacity for. And so I'm thankful that my husband was able to kind of step in places that I just didn't have enough. And I believe that that's also part of healing justice, where we're taking a look at gender differences and everybody finding a way where they can take appropriate levels of responsibility. It's not just for the person who does all of the things that I need to take appropriate responsibility. I had to start that with just by setting a limit with my daughter, who apparently went the whole weekend without a whole lot of limits. I needed to set that limit with her. I also need to set that limit for myself of it's okay to disappoint people. I also needed to set that limit is I held my peace. That actually gave room for my husband to jump in and to share more. My oldest at the time was not in the room when we had the discussion. And so she came in the room later on and she said, Mom, I'm so sorry. She said, I'll buy you some juice with my own money and I promise not to drink it. I give you my word. And so I was like, honey, that's really sweet. It's not so much about the money, it's about us all kind of taking responsibility for each other and being able to care for each other. Y'all, we live in a society that is extremely consumeristic, and our kids have also learned to just consume. And so any opportunity where they can step in to take not too much responsibility. I'm not trying to yell at them. I'm not trying to, oh, I'm about to let you know any of this, that, and a third. I'm not trying to do any of that. But anytime that we can provide opportunities, not just for ourselves, but for our kids, for our spouse, our partner, to for us all to just take appropriate responsibility, then nobody has to hold too much. So my appointment's at 3, y'all. I'm gonna hop in a shower real quick just to because I'm a shower before hopping in the bed kind of person. I'm gonna take a nap and then hopefully my iron transfusion will get approved and so I can start feeling a little bit better. Please take good care of yourself and others. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I do ask that you take time to do that. That helps just my family, myself, and the channel. And so I appreciate your time with me today.